So I've been working on one of my MOCs for BrickFair. See you there. I'll be there. That's a lot of air. On Thursday. So it took me about 4 breaks of a blue plate to get it like this. So that one's ready to go. So hey, it's Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar's World. That's not the name of the channel. I just said that. I'm down here in my Bricklink store. I'm going to be doing a PABLO. I got 3 orders that were kind of PABLOs, and they're getting, this one requested a signed blue plate, and this is actually from Excalibur 115, so he's going to be getting the first signed plate. This is the way it looks now. Who knows if it'll make it to him in this condition. It'll probably break before it gets there because these things are so brittle. And before I get to this order and the other 2, and I might have a question about shipping. I've got a lot of questions lately. I apologize to those that have asked me questions directly, including Chris, who wanted me to look at his Bricklink store. I did look at his Bricklink store. I may do that after I get back from Philly. Just kind of my thoughts on it. But short answer, Chris, you got it set up really well. So, Roz, I think you know who I'm talking about if it's you. Anyway, so let's get to these orders, and I am going to be taking the broken, or the plates that aren't broken. That video is still being promoted by YouTube for whatever reason. If you're new to the channel, I know that's probably a weird place to come to this channel. I don't know how you I don't know why you clicked on that video, and if you're watching this one, welcome to the channel. I'm not an idiot, though, so some people are thinking I'm stupid for breaking those pieces. Pieces that I was selling for like 6 cents that I can't sell because they're not in a condition to sell. And I had a viral video, basically, from talking about it. I don't think that's stupid. I think that's smart. So anyway, let me get to this order for Excalibur. So this is the brick. It's part 6180, and this is BrickTsar Breaks It Brittle Blue Lego. Wait a minute. I had another name for this. It's Brittle Blue Episode 2 Electric Boogaloo, something like that. I don't know. I need to get a good thumbnail picture. So I don't know what Excalibur 115 is building, but it's got a lot of dark blue parts. He's got 12 of these. And he's got 20 of these. So wait a minute. Oh no, 288. Not 280, 288. So I will be doing a video, hopefully after BrickFair, about shipping and how to calculate the shipping cost. That's a common question, and it's a good one to kind of figure out before you open your store. So, and I apologize. I think I got multiple people who have actually asked that about how you calculate the shipping. There are some templates that you can use, or you can do it the old-fashioned slow way of after you get it packed up, weigh it, and then use the shipping calculators from the post office to figure out what the shipping would be. But there's quicker ways of doing it. There are, in any of these ways, there's error that can come in, and the reason I use the shipping calculators through Bricklink is it's quicker for the end user. So I try to make sure I got everything weighed correctly so that it's calculated right. You got 20 of those. 420. Is that the right one? Yeah, I got 8 of these. So I hope to do more Bricklink tutorials, not just PABLOs. PABLOs are just, picking a Bricklink Lego order. I'm just actually picking the order. Sometimes talking like I am now about things. I did that all with one hand. But I know people have questions. But and as I say many, many times in my videos, I hope it don't sound like a broken record. But if I don't respond to your question, I'm sorry. And just sometimes I'm very busy, and I try to do triage on my comments and my questions. It's not that I'm ignoring you, but it's hard. And I don't get paid to do that. So I have to prioritize, so the people that are paying customers get priority. Oh no, 2, 4, 6. Nope, there's 11 there. He got all 11 of these. For a minute there, I thought there was only 10, but there are 11. Ooh, these would have been good for a train car. I probably should have kept these out. But he's only got 8 of them, so I'll still have some left. 4 of these. 25.50. I gotta get 3 of these. Where are they? There they are. 3 of these green plates. Sometimes I play the game of trying to figure out what they're building. Usually it's modular buildings, but sometimes it's MOCs. I don't know what Excalibur's building though. Let's go to this next drawer, 26.98. 26.98. Need a bunch of those. Drawer 3018. I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but with this being BrickFair week, PABLOs will not be happening. So I'll message people if they do request it in the order. I just won't. It's not going to be possible for me to do it because I won't be here to do it. The store will still be open though. I gotta get 30 of these. I should have been counting. 3,095. I need 4 of these. Uh-oh. 43. Oh, wrong side. Went to the wrong side. 43.91. Got all 3 of those. 44. Yeah, these are harder to do. The shoebox containers. You got 8 of these. Wait a minute, I lost track of. Oh, I think that's 8. Z79. Got 3 of these. Cup 44. Gotta get 20 1x2 bricks. And the last one, these trays, this is really a bad idea. It's a little bit harder to pick out of here, but it's making use of my space. So he's got all of these little glass windows here. These are the trans clear black ones. Alright, so that's the order. I put the plate in there in case it breaks. Hopefully it won't break on the way there. Okay, so I mentioned that sometimes I like to guess what the orders are. There's another order that I picked. I'd actually already picked it, already sealed it up, but I hadn't shipped it yet because I just got done doing it. And then Bob Glass, he requested a signed brick that his daughter likes to watch, and I really appreciate that, the kind words. But he had his order, and I looked at it. I knew right away. I said, "This is the minifigure." Oh, which minifigure am I talking about? But you see the pieces. It's definitely from the collectible, not the collectible, but the Build-A-Fig. I'll show you mine. Oh no! Oh no! No, 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 no! My sticker. What is happening? Has Charlie been getting on my sticker? It's cracking. What is happening there? Look at that. Is it just from age? And plus it's peeling off. Oh man, but it's this one. You know, he's got the green hat, so there were a lot of green pieces in there. And these other pieces. Man, it's just... This is sad. Is that sticker coming off too? I can't see it. I'm way below it. I'm holding my hand up to film that. Oh man, that's like $100 sticker. Well, that was disappointing. I didn't realize that it had aged that badly. That not sticker sheet. It's the sticker on So Stupid there. What was that, set 3723, I think? It's been a while since I looked it up. I used to know it. I know like 3724, 3723, those, the dragon and the... I'm looking at So Stupid over there, but that's an old joke. But anyway, I got one other order that I picked, and it was actually just one item, but it's 550 of that one item. It was the 1x2 black plates that Awesome Kid 77 ordered, and so I did actually film me counting those out in real time. Was it Awesome Kid 77? Let me see here. Oh, go back here. Oh, just Awesome Kid. I don't know why I added a 77 to that. Yeah, it's just Awesome Kid. Awesome Kid. Sorry, Awesome Kid. But yeah, I counted out 550 of those. And I did it in real time. All right, so I know you don't want to just have a video of just me counting 550 of one particular item, so I'm going to answer a couple other questions. Like I said, the shipping one, that's one that I kind of needed to do a tutorial, walk you through how you can make your choices, and the risks, the advantages, things like that with the different options. I haven't tried all of them. There may be better ways of doing it that other people have found out. But I'm going to do a search on my channel of these BrickTsar Answer Thingy questions, which if you do the hashtag BAT, that's usually how I find them. And you know what? There might not even be a question. So I'm going to do hashtag BAT. And see what the last one was. Oh, and it literally is the shipping question. So it's PhotoBiz. How do you calculate the shipping expenses? And I actually got another one on my store that asked the same thing. So that's going to be one of the BrickTsar Answer Thingy questions. Here's a good one from Jody Smith, a longtime viewer on all of my channels pretty much. It says, something I've been thinking about, it would have changed anything as far as how Lego is today if they decided to do Star Wars. If so, would Lego produced and still be producing more trains if they had never decided to do Star Wars? I don't think so, Jody. I don't think the Star Wars affected Lego not doing Star Wars, because when Star Wars started in 1999, with Lego, I mean, Star Wars started in 1977, but Lego started producing sets in 1999. They still were doing a lot of trains. In fact, that was the 1999 to 2006, I think. So I'd have to go back and look, but they were still doing 9-volt, and they did My Own Train in that time period. They had the individual packs where you could buy a tank car, a flat car with a load. You had a hopper car, a caboose, and so those are just individual packs. That's what I want Lego to do today, is make individual packs with the trains. But I don't think it had anything to do with Star Wars. I think it had to do with the 9-volt stuff was expensive to make, and maybe they didn't think it was selling that good. I do wish they would do more trains. Here's Brian's Brick Barn. He says, I'm just getting started on Bricklink and trying to sell a lot of my used surplus, mostly second-hand finds. Is it worth the time and effort to sort and sell? Personally, I think not. I use stuff in particular because it's a lot of sorting, but there are ones that do it. I would recommend I've seen Bricks on the Dollar talk about this, and Pop's Block Shop, he does a lot of videos about getting used lots. He kind of focuses on getting minifigures. So if you're getting minifigures, yes, it would be. But if it's just generic parts, it might not be. But if you do it the way Bricks on the Dollar, I think, does it, is you get the parts, you just sort them out, but you don't put them in the store until you got a significant quantity of parts. That's one way of doing it. And if you are going to do that, you will probably save yourself a lot of time if you have a scale for counting. You need a counting scale, and I am thinking about getting one. I have seen several other bricklinkers that use a counting scale. It's one that's highly accurate, and you can weigh a part, figure out what it would cost, the weight would be per part, and then you, instead of having to count, like if you got 1,000 of them, you don't have to count them all out. The scale will count them for you. So something like that, if you're going to be doing used parts, I'm thinking that might help, but I don't do it because of the other factors with used parts that I don't like dealing with, which includes the condition. There's still parts in my store that I should probably take out of my store because I'm not happy with the condition, but I have them really low. I think I have most of the ones that I think aren't that great as far as that. They get scratches from just being stored that way. I've try to keep the prices low on those used parts, but yeah, dealing with condition, dealing with counting them, dealing with sorting them. I mean, you got to sort new ones as well, but I don't have to count the new ones. But if I'm breaking out a set, because I know how many's in the set by the inventory. But yeah, if you're doing used lots, I think it's a lot of work, but you may find it satisfying to do it. But yeah, in fact, oh, look at this. I said that Matt Robinson responded to Brian's Brick Barn. He says, I find it quite rewarding. It's nicer than dumping bulk on eBay, but sorting used parts to be your hobby is very time consuming to sort, price, and put away and list. Yeah, so it might be a source of satisfaction. And it says, DJ Bricksmock asks a question: do you build MOCs? He says he only builds MOCs. I am a Lego collector. I like finding old sets and lots, like for instance with the ferry that I bought, the set 1998, the Silja ferry, or however you say it. I'm working on piecing that together. I still got the one piece that's missing. I find that satisfying. In fact, going back to the question before from Brian's Brick Barn, sometimes I like buying bulk lots that have vintage sets in them and then trying to piece together the vintage set. I did that a lot, especially in the days before YouTube. I would buy massive bulk lots, and it was a lot easier back then to get them at cheap prices because there wasn't as much competition for those types of lots. And I got some really good deals and pieced together a lot of sets, whether it be train sets or space sets or town sets or just really old sets before they had themes like that. So it's fun to do that for me. That was kind of my hobby, and I would still be doing that, but I got most of the old sets. So it gets harder. The sets that are missing from my wanted list, which I do need to do an update here. I might do that after BrickFair for my 2020 wanted list. It gets harder to find things for my wanted list because they become more and more obscure and harder to find in bulk lots. But a lot of the main sets from the 70s, they're easy to find in bulk lots, and I've gotten most of those. So do I have any other questions that I can ask before we get done picking this order? Mayo Hosco asks, why did Lego have an obsession with putting printed Legoland bricks in the 70 sets? I think that is directly related to Legoland opening in 1968. So a lot of those early 70s sets up into the mid-70s had printed Legoland bricks. So every fire station or police station, it seemed like had a Legoland printed 1x4 brick. I love those 1x4 printed bricks. I actually did not have many in my own personal collection as a kid growing up in the 70s. Really wanted them. And I got a bunch of them now. But the Legoland printed brick, I think that was directly related to Legoland opening 1968. 1968 was a good year. Legoland started, BrickTsar started, so yeah, a good year. But anyway, thanks everybody for all the questions. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining. I do all kinds of Lego tips and tutorials and just silliness, and might get back to doing more reviews of vintage things. I have, believe it or not, I have over 1,500 Lego set reviews on my channel. I haven't done as many in the last 2 or 3 years, but I usually cover things that are either obscure or nobody else loves, or not as many people love. There are people that are obsessed with old stuff like I am. I am what you call a fool. Or is it a fool? Yeah, a fool. And I'm an adult fan of old Lego. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.